My name is Cam. Welcome to the Tantanoola Caves Conservation Park. Obviously we got one door, well not one door, we got one cave here and a door. Another cave over the back there, there's another cave down the road, there's another cave slightly up there. We've got over 1,000 different caves here in this region, so there is a lot. But this cave here takes the title of being the most decorated. So essentially it's not a big cave, but there's a lot going on in there, so it makes it a really exciting place. As for the word, you can see others. A lot of them are underwater, like this is a scuba diving mecca. There's some in that Gambier, you can see if you head up to Narracourt, you can see more. There is some others around the place as well. And a lot are just on private property too. It's like caves open up on farmland and the like. As the word Tantanoola, it comes from the Aboriginal Bowendic language of the region, meaning windbreak, because the cliff lines running through here you've probably seen. And the Bowendic people have been around here for many tens of thousands of years. But as for the cave itself, it wasn't discovered until about the 1930s. So there's just a young boy going ferreting at the time, so just looking for a rabbit. And there's just a small little crack up in the rocks there, and the ferret darted in through this little crack in the rocks, and the boy, being young and curious, he poked his head in there to see where it went to, only to see this pitch black darkness and hear this roaring echo of sorts. So as you might imagine, he was quite scared, so he ran home, which is just a touch down there, the other side of the hill, and he had 10 older brothers and sisters. So he was able to convince one of his older brothers to bring a lamp and explore the cave for the first time that we know of. So that same family pretty quickly realized what they came across. They started doing caves within a couple of weeks, cave tours within a couple of weeks, for about the next 50 years before it came across with us with national parks, because there's strong conservation values in here. So saying that, the best way to conserve this place, the best way to look after it, is to not touch anything. The oils in our skin will affect the growth and affect the colour of all the wonderful formations we have in there. So that's the most important thing to remember. We have to be really strict on that. But aside from that, come on in. I'll explain a few things more, and then you have plenty of time to walk around, take photos, ask questions and the like. So come on in. That means that we can actually start to see our winter rains coming through at the moment. If you have a look up here, you can see what looks a bit like the Christmas decorations of the cave with the sparkle, but that's the water finally making its way through there. So, as the water passes through, a chemical reaction takes place, and it can be as basic as complex as you want it to be. But essentially, you've got the rock here, which is a dolomite rock, which reacts with the water and the carbon dioxide. And it actually shifts that water into a mineral water of sorts with a few crystals, and the fact it's got these crystals changes everything, because pretty much all you're seeing through here is just made up out of these crystals, which is pretty special. Saying that, it can become one of 4 different things. If you have a look back up here, we've got our stalactites. They're certainly not unique to here. You might have seen these in other caves, but we've just got a lot of them. Best way to remember these stalactites, holding on really, really tight. It's just that water dripping down really slowly, leaving a few of those little crystals behind, which is pretty neat. You can also become stalagmites. It's the same idea, that water droplet comes down, and as long as there's a flat spot on the ground, can form into a stalagmite here. I like to remember this, because stalagmite might reach up towards the roof given enough time. It's like it's starting to happen here over the stalactite, and the stalagmite starting to connect together into something like this here. Us guides like to think of this as the chocolate fountain. Looks more like that than anything else, but more formally known as the column. The final feature you can come is my favourite. It's these ones here, and they're called curtains. And whenever we're in a cave and we see this feature, we can always look up, and there's a small little ledge up here. And this ledge acts a bit like a slow motion waterfall, where as that mineral water carrying those crystals drops down, it's also getting pushed out at the same time, creating that. I'm just going to point out something down here. If you stay where you are, you should be able to see it. We've had a look at this beautiful stalactite right here. We've got this decent growth, which is just a couple of centimeters big here. But that alone is 90 years worth of growth. So it's putting the cave somewhere between 300,000 to 500,000 years old. So no one needs to feel old in a place like this, that's for sure. In terms of safety, I'm going to point out a few other things. You've got this pool area down here. Don't go swimming. But if you're taking lots of photos, just be careful you step. There is a bit of a drop. Around the staircase here, the stalactites are dripping so much of that mineral water there that they're quite slippery, so be extra careful around there. Saying that too, you can do one of my favourite things. You can stand there, you can wait a moment, get a drop of that mineral water on your head. At that moment in time, you can feel like a stalagmite.